Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGL.GG Invite Highlander Week 4 match going down between Biffle's best friends forever and Invitus. I am Alto, joined by Zag at my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always, and we're coming with what should be a very close middle-of-the-table match between two teams that I'd say are probably fighting for at least 4th seed right now, maybe even 3rd, depending on how well the specimens can pick it back together. But regardless, we should be in for a great match tonight on PL Vigil, one of the newer maps in the comp scene. So with that in mind, Zag, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Yeah, like you said, this should be a close match between these two teams, middle of the table, competing for those playoff spots. And, a matchup like this is going to have big implications come down the line for the rest of the season on who can get those playoff seeds.
Yeah, especially with those points being so important where, if you happen to kind of do a three-way trade of wins with the team, whoever took more match points here, going to end up being bigger. So obviously you want that win, but every round is going to be important. Let's run down the rosters real quick. So we are going to have a couple of roster changes for both of these teams, both of them bringing some pretty top-of-the-line players. Running down Invitus's roster, they're going to have Josh on Scout. Not a very well-known name, but definitely been making some waves in Invite this season. I believe it is his first season on Scout, but definitely a player to watch. I would say Nerdaloid is going to be on Soldier rather than Demo. Peanut on Pyro as we're rating up. Bowl ringing on Demo. Chalk on Heavy, Michael on Engineer, Jets on Sniper, Tacos on Med, and Evil on Spy.
And for BFFL, we have the one and only BFFL on Scout, TGW on Soldier, 7 on Pyro, Fig on Demo, Carson ringing Heavy, Wax ringing Engineer, Spotlight R Medic, Nixie on Sniper, and Spoo on Spy.
Yeah, and we are into setup right now, so we can get right into this. It looks like Invitus will be on the defense first. They're setting up with a pretty standard passive hold here. First, is a point that you could commit with a hold in the over on the cliff side, but it's very dangerous to back out. It's very easy to have things go wrong. So they're going to play this safe. But Vigil is one of the newer maps. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's very well made. Very responsive map maker and promotes pretty fast and aggressive gameplay. So watch for these teams to be, or watch for Biffle to be coming out pretty fast here, looking to gain some momentum early.
Yeah, average times are very low on this map, and the reason being that a couple of points are pretty easy to take with the space they allowed the offense team to take, and a lot of the points are also give-ups. And we see first point, the defense are coming out with the kind of a give-up setup where you just play to stall the card as long as you can, don't lose too much, and then you come out and just go for a hard one in the second. Early snipes coming in, early picks, means that it's a bit harder to come out though. Evil will die, so no spy giving information. And yeah, just look for a clean back out here from the Invitus side.
Yeah, Fig getting it sniped out as well. That's Proton or Jets landing 2 picks pretty early. Nerdaloid is really the only person playing in front of the point right now, but even then he's going to back up. Nixie, though, on the cliffside, it looks like, or in the house, going to be able to land a shot onto Bowl. And with no demo, that is going to signal the retreat. We see Jets getting a little bit aggressive there, but he'll make it out fine. Spoo going to go down in the process, but first going to be pretty easy for Biffle to take, although that's what we expected. So the real game begins now.
Yeah, we see the gun set up on that wood overhang over the second point. Tunnel play is going to come in soon. We'll have to see where the offense team decides to take their Uber. Looks like right now they're kind of committing towards tunnel, but they're just waiting to walk up. Nixie gets stabbed, so no sniper will delay their aggression a bit. Right now they're just grouping up on the cart instead of walking up to the cliffside for now. It looks like they're just keen to get the cart time and get it to the end of that tunnel, which is actually a smart adaptation. No point pushing upwards. You can't drop down onto the cart immediately. So they will look to go side tunnel here now that the cart is up. Spoo goes down early, not that big of a deal, but they will drop big on
yeah,
Uber,
coming in on this Uber, and they are going to take it in on 7. Looking to maybe get some air blasts off, force them onto the cart path, but the Pyro v Pyro Uber just going to turn into a wet noodle fight. 7 getting chased out on the hill, going to be caught, taken out. Nixie caught in as well, but will manage to escape with his life. Nerdaloid going for a jump in to maybe try to stop some card aggression, but Invitus has a very solid hold on this right now, thanks in no small part to Fig going down before that Uber got popped.
Yeah, not the best look from BFFL. You got to keep your demo up on that. Obviously, if you drop him, that push is kind of dead in the water right away. Fig gonna get caught out here again right before the banner comes off, so they're just losing players. Yeah, Tacos gets stabbed out. So you will have a medic advantage now. They'll be able to push in with that Uber. They just need to regroup and do it. For the BFFL side here, they just got to group up once this comes through. 7 getting sniped out, so it's going to be a bit less firepower, but they're still just walking at this gun here. Mike's doing a good job keeping it up, but they have the hillside now in Invitus.
Tacos is going to be respawning in just a second, but Spotlight going to go down to Josh. Didn't wait with that Uber. not safe, and now he is sorry. Nerdalite gonna come in on hill, try to get some damage out. So the gun going down is gonna make this push a lot easier, but Nerdalite's hiding in tunnel. Gonna go down though. Seven gets a really nice reflect rocket onto him. Evil though, doing some work in the backline, taking out Nixie.
They got a lot of picks.
Gonna go down on as well. Yeah, big numbers on the car right now, but that's about it. Ball's getting tanked back up. Gonna get on that dispenser as Evil comes in with another kill onto Seven. That cart is very close to the cap right now, but not close enough. Spoo going around in the backside, gonna try to find something. But overall, a really good retake from Invitus, though. You have to think that if Spotlight had waited to guarantee that Uber dying with 95, they might have had this point by now.
Yeah, Bull stayed alive the entire time. He pumped out so much damage, got an arrow to save his life on the respawn of his medic, and they do manage to recontest after the great picks. A lot of spy backstabs coming in as well. So now the cart is rolling backwards a bit. You're going to get back to that tunnel entrance because it's hard to touch. Immediately BFFL will go for a tap to stop it. Instantly sniped, so he will get that. But sniper pick traded back, so they're going to walk forward onto hill with this. They do have Nixie looking for a pick, gonna get forced back, but here comes the offensive push. They're just looking to try to get as much as they can to get this carton.
Evil's in position, going for revolver headshots, it looks like right now, and actually Spoo's gonna take out, I think that's Peanut on the back end, but frags are going heavily into BFFL's favor right now. Lots of combo players down. Taco's gonna be chased out by TGW. Gonna drop that there. Honestly, probably an okay decision on his part. He had already dropped most of his combo, popping the Uber there. Maybe he would have gotten out, maybe he wouldn't have. I don't know. It's things that had already kind of gone pretty far wrong there.
Yeah.
So might have just taken the earlier respawn timer. So, but yeah, 3 minutes 47 seconds coming into second. Gonna be a little slower. Yeah, a little slower than Biffle would have liked, but definitely a workable time. We will see them start to push up on third now, having a full Uber as they did not have to pop there. Most importantly, Fig's gonna get taken out, but he's already respawning right now. Carson cheating towards that lower flank entrance, but not fully committing right now. Bull getting stabbed out now. That's going to be a big pick with this Uber out. I expect to see a push coming in now.
Yep,
and there it is. Uber comes out onto Fig, coming in. Peanut's going to do his best job to reflect that, but Carson is getting in there with this Uber, and they're just going to have to give it up right now. The cart is moving steadily forward. They don't have it to the ramp yet, but with all the frags that they're finding, it's going to be very difficult for Invitus to retry, but they are making a bit of an effort to.
Yeah, if you don't get a clean re-push solid on that third point, it's so hard to get set up. The banner comes out from TGW, and they'll use it to get the cart up this hill. Invitus need to get their players out to get a last hold at this point. For about a 5-minute time coming in, it's about average for Vigil. We said it's a bit of a faster payload map than normal, so it looks okay so far, but they really need to find a way to stabilize at this point. Wax is going to get that punch on Chalk on their retreating heavy, so that's going to buy some more space in the upper to take that. They're looking to just get pressure in main, but Tacos does have the Uber advantage, so they won't be able to take it straight off here, but definitely an okay setup so far. We do see Sniper going out on the far cliff side. If they can peek in to try to look for a pick, then that'd be ideal for them. Right now, BFFL just going to wait for their own Uber. They're sitting at 75%. Not going to get that sniper pick, so yeah, just going to push the cards as much as they can, get this Uber, and then get ready to go.
Yeah, we will see TGW and Nixie going down on the flank right there a few seconds ago, which was able to kind of stall some of the ground, but Spotlight is just coming up onto Uber right now. They're going to use it immediately. If it coming into main, trying to get what he can see, he's trying to get what he can, not going to be able to pick up the kill onto Jets. Kills going, only really Spoo going down so far, so just not too much happening yet, but Invitus has very good point control right now. They're forcing them out, and here come the frags. Evil going to lead off with TGW, Fig and 7 going down right afterwards, and the cart was pushed up a little bit towards that bend, but really with the little ramp there, unless you can get it on top of the ramp, most of the cart distance doesn't really mean too much. So they're just going to have to reset and try to get it again on another push. Maybe get some advantages leading into the next one.
Yeah, importantly though, Tacos did save his Uber. The push got denied so well from the side of Invitus that he was never pressured at all. Never lost a point of HP. So they will have that full Uber still waiting up. Spotlight on 80% on the recharge. Spoo going down early means no gun sap, and the gun is what did a lot of denying early. So they might have to wait for that. They might have to put more focus onto the gun, but if that doesn't go down, the cart's going to be hard pressed to get pushed any further. Right now, it looks like they're grouping up outside of that upper room that you push in with your heavy. They have the sniper on the side looking for an entry pick. Will not find it. Spoo going down again, so there's still no one on the gun. It looks like they're just waiting for an entry pick or a sap to come in, because they've been sitting on full Uber for, quite a few seconds now, BFFL.
Yeah, it feels like it might be best to just try one of those exchanges again at this point and just see if you can get anything. Red room, yeah, they're coming in from popped onto Carson first off. Big coming in as well. Taco's hits really hard. He's going to drop Peanut here, but gets a way better pop-off because of it. Chalk does get sniped out in this fight, though, so combo members and numbers are actually into BFF's favor right now. The gun is still up, but it is going to start getting spammed. That's Fig trying to get it out from main. That's Michael doing a very good job. Will end up losing it, though. Carson with the heavy fire. Going to take it out. Spoo is in behind them. Going to go down. So some frags there. Seven
Carson's
in the
gonna shred
spotlight.
people.
Yeah, coming in really deep right now. Tacos is forced back into this kind of corner area with the rest of his team, but they don't have anyone on cart. It's getting up the hill right now. They are going to get it on the top of the cart right now. Tacos playing off an off angle to try to juke it, but now his team's going to be going down, and he will get whipped down right as that cart goes in for a 7.5 minute time, which I'd say lines up pretty much exactly what our expectations were going to be coming into this. So a very standard time for Biffle coming in here. Should give Tacos a good opportunity to kind of flex their muscles on this point.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, if not maybe slightly on the slow side, but definitely an okay time coming in. It's like I said, somewhat what we expected. So these teams definitely coming in looking pretty evenly matched from the start with that. I want to point out that on that last push, dropping your pyro on that Uber is so bad for Tacos. Like, I get he did it because he wanted to milk, and yeah, that's fine, milk what you can, but if you drop players, your respawns are just so long, and you just lose so much pressure. Without that pyro to air blast back, they definitely lose a lot of space, and that, all that space means your gun is getting spammed more, your combo is being pressured more, and that just, makes them lose a somewhat winnable push at that point. So other than that, it looked pretty good from both sides. Maybe try to just save more players with your Ubers. Regardless, we'll see Invitus coming out on the offensive side right here. We'll have to see what comes out of them. Looks like the same standard defensive setup is going to be used by BFFL, where you just get ready to back out of first immediately.
Yeah, we do see Nixie actually playing, was a little bit aggressive up in the house on the on that left side, at least from defense perspective, but he's going to back up right now, realizes maybe that whatever shot he was going to go for wasn't really worth it. Going to see Invitus start to get the card up, a couple of people moving forward. Fig does get Michael with the sticky trap, so that's one less player on the card. Might stall, 10 or so seconds. Bull
Demo
coming
bomb.
in with a parachute
Bowl of mayo.
bomb. Yeah, the bowl of mayo bomb. Going to force Biffle off the cliff, or TGW, excuse me, off the cliff. I'm pretty sure is what happened. Yeah, Nixie going to go down too before he finally goes down. So bit of an extended bomb coming out from him there. Might have wanted to see that dealt with earlier. The gun, I think, went down. No,
he got
back
out.
on the gun.
It's funny though, because the gun spot doesn't look at anything, and that's probably an adaptation, I think, because the gun used to be like overlooking the tracks, but that doesn't happen anymore. I like to think that's because Bull just kept doing the bull sack and just killing the gun. So you put it underneath the roof, so he can't do that. And it did save their gun that time, so it's a good adaptation. But first does come out capped. Standard at this point, took a minute. And now we have to see where Invitus is going to take their Uber. They're putting all their players in tunnel right now. No one on hill, so they're going to look to just get as much cart time as they can, then push out of... It looks like they're grouping near the main tunnel exit, which is kind of weird. Normally you see the side tunnel push.
It looks like, yeah,
now
they're
the rotate side tunnel here, not the cart is at the entrance. Waiting for some spam in, but they're just being indecisive right now. They haven't popped Uber. You got to trade.
Yeah, they heard TGW pop a horn, and I think that might have stalled them a little bit. They did get some good cart time, but yeah, Biffle and Carson gonna go down earlier, so
the horn's over in a second too.
Exactly, yeah, they can come in with this, and they'll have a pretty good advantage. Bull getting ready to get the corner. Yeah, he's going to jump in, going to get denied back by the bomb, so maybe not the smartest move. Yeah, actually getting forced back really hard. 7 Cent flying into that, going to force them back. Yeah, that's Peanut and Proton going to go down. I believe that's Jets. The cart is very close up, but frags are being traded back and forth. Yeah, we see Evil coming and getting 2 on the back end of that. 7 and Wax now, too. Bull is still alive, pumping out damage. If he can take out Carson, it's going to be his, but no. Carson drops off on the aggressive play, forces Josh behind him. Tacos must know he's low, but Biffle's on him. Can he land the saw? No, he's just getting gunned down. Tacos, no, he gets Boo. He will finally go down, but he was able to take out the spy. Took Biffle down pretty low enough that Peanut's gonna be able to take him out right there. They're gonna get on card right now. Nixie's gonna be forced to run. The dead jump though, coming out of Peanut, gonna chase down the sniper. He's getting into the rest of the team, not gonna find anything, but Bull will eventually cap that. In really about 2.5 minutes coming into second is what that time looks like so far. So Invitus setting a very good clip here. Granted, with the momentum that Biffle had been able to get off of their second push, they got third instantly. Doesn't look like that's going to happen here, as Spotlight does have the Uber ad, but they can get a pretty good time off here.
Biffle's set up right now. They have their gun building. They have a Uber waiting. As long as their demo man doesn't die, which he will actually, think overextending in there. Traded for Chalk. That's not the worst trade right now, because now you can walk in for less spam. Carson's going to be the only thing really denying this main cart path. Sniper, though, a threat as always. But Carson popped up. He's 1 HP. Barely lives off that one, so the cart is going to get pushed off while he heals now. Uber in for Tacos will be
Cart's
15%.
Up the hill. They're going to peek. 7 Cent flying up. Gonna get wall shot. Yeah, crazy.
No Uber.
But Bull going down.
There's the
and Wax as well. Spotlight going to pop now, but a lot of his team is already dead. They're going to force this back for now, but the cart is inches away from being capped right now. Yeah, Nerdaloid sees it. He's just going to walk at it, and they're going to be forced to give this up. So 4 minutes left to push last, puts Invitus in a great spot
And
to win this
Tacos
round.
has full Uber too. He didn't have to use it there. The
Ooh.
drive pressure on that card was so impressive. Tacos just waited a bit too long to pop to deny. You want to really
he's
get
caught against CGW now. No, he will have his players with him, so they're going to keep TGW trapped in there. Yeah.
But normally you want to contest the cart before it rolls up that hill, because that's when you have high ground advantage. That's when the cart will roll back. TGW going for it again. He kind of has to. Instantly killed out. At that point, what are you gonna do? So now they have full Uber. They're gonna push the cart up, then look for a push. It looks like it's gonna be main. When you have that full Uber, just going straight in main is often the best choice with Bull here. And here it is.
Here it is. Bull getting popped on. The gun's gonna go down immediately. Only level 1. Evil waiting in the spawn behind. Gonna take out Fig and Nixie. Peanut is running wild on here. 7 super low, gonna go down as well. The frags are almost all into their favor right now, but there are a couple of answers
Chalk
in return.
is up there.
Yeah, Chalk hiding underneath the ledge right now. Oh, Spotlight gets his Uber up onto Biffle. So this is a scout Uber. He's gonna start flashing everyone else in. Even the spy gets a flash right now. Tacos, it looks like, is going to escape with his life. Not sure where he is right now, but they were able to get that cart up to the hill. Yeah, Josh is on the car right now. He's gonna get in there, gonna try to maybe get it up the hill, but he will be forced back by the spam coming in. 7 gonna hit him with a flare and take him down, but 2.5 minutes or so still on the clock right now. More than enough time for them to build up 2, maybe a third Uber, depending on how fast they go.
Yeah, it's definitely a good first push coming. You get that cart all the way up to the lip of the ramp, and now you will just wait for your Uber and look to get one good push in. That's all you really need. We do see Sniper peeking out from the cliffside here. Always a dangerous angle. He will get waxed, and he was picking up the gun. So no sentry gun is going to be present for this last push. Tacos with 75% Uber, 80 now. They're going to
there's
look
Michael
to go in main.
on car right now. He's going to get forced up, but here comes the bomb. Oh my god, he's going absolutely insane this match. Bull's in. Biffle's combo is wiped right now. Peanut and Tacos are going to be on the card. It gets up the lip. They're going to cap this really without too much contestation. Fig going to try to do some stuff from swamp. The Uber goes off, and with 2 minutes remaining on the clock, Invitus show a dominating presence right here in this first round.
Yeah, at the end there, that sniper takes down the engineer, the sentry gun, your spy takes down the heavy, and I think it was the sniper. And at that point, you just walk in last. They don't have Uber to deny you, no gun. It's really just a free last take. It was really good play to kind of spread out over that last point. One of the reasons why that point is why we see times that are so fast on this map is that the offense has so many different angles to work with. You can spread out so much. You have the left angle to work with your soldier. You can peek your sniper in from any number of angles. You can pressure main. It just gives the offense so many tools to kind of go around. And if you're able to utilize those, we see fast times coming out. And they got that their second push. They had like, what, 2 minutes left? So that was about like a 5 to 5.5 minute full push for that team, BFF or Invitus's offense.
Yeah, that and just coming in here, I mean, really going to take that momentum. I was really surprised with their third push. They were able to just find a bunch of picks out of seemingly, thin air. Really, they didn't even have Uberad there, but they were able to do that and just find the picks, get the cart presence. I don't know if it was Biffle just not being familiar with the point or just a couple players, having some slip-ups, but that really kind of surprised me there.
A macro problem from Biffle on that because their demo man was peeking out for spam too far. You can't do that alone because of all the angles the offense has. Once again, the offense can be your combo in main lower. You can have people peeking out from the far right and shooting you like the sniper. And if you're peeking out like that into all those angles with no backup, you're just going to die. They lost their demo man that way. Carson got chunked to 1 HP, so he couldn't deny the cart. And if you lose your demo man in an off Uber, you can't pop Uber to save your demo man like that. Your demo man just has to not be in that position. If you pop Uber to do that, it's just a waste. And if your heavy gets chunked out after that, whatever, you need to deny cart. You just need to be playing in better positions to deal with the offensive angles that this map allows for. Just accept the fact that it's easy for teams to push on you and just get ready to deny it when it comes down to it. Like pop on the ramp with your full team. Don't lose players or lose damage before that even happens.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of defensive Pyro Ubers, and I think this map is even more of an example because you just really need to deny them space. If the offensive team's able to push forward and gain any kind of meaningful ground off of their Uber, they're just going to be able to run the cart right in. We saw that kind of happen on third, as it looks like the server is either crashing or paused right now, I believe. And, okay, we're getting word that it's paused, but yeah, just really it felt like they were a little bit kind of unprepared for that aggression. Again, I really do feel like third was kind of the breaking point of that match because if last went a little bit more differently, if they had a little bit less than 4 minutes to defend it, they might have played a little bit smarter, valued their lives a little more instead of, them getting caught out. Although I do think that I'm looking at 7, Spotlight, and Carson really to just keep Evil in check because he absolutely went ham in that half. If we look at the logs as this pause is giving us a brief moment to do, We do see right on the top of the scoreboard, gonna be Jets and Evil. Pick class combo for Invitus. Absolutely taking control of this game. Evil going 15-9 on Spy, 11 backstabs. Jets 18-9, both of them about 350 DPM. TGW had a good performance of his own on that red soldier spot, but Bull coming up right behind him is just kind of showing how those, major impact classes for Invitus were really having a great game.
Yeah, and on a map like Vigil where one pick just breaks a defense, get that initial spy pick or sniper pick is just so important. If you ever kill Carson or kill Fig and you now have to get to just walk in main, it looks like BFL just doesn't know how to deny that. They're just not ready to play with the space that they're given. They're just it seems like they haven't practiced the map enough, is what it seems like, because they just aren't playing properly around all these angles that they can't take. It's just that kind of map. And like I said, with the third point being the breaking point, not only did they lose that point and lose players, then BFFL or Invitus's offense didn't even have to pop Uber to do it. So because of that, they got to snowball straight into last. They got the cart all the way to the end of the map, and it only took them one push after that. So, like, if the key to this map is because every point is so easy to just break for the offense. You just need to not get snowballed on for over half the points. If you can get a good hold on second and last, you'll get about an average time. Greatest pirate of his time. We don't have a re-alias for him, so at least we know that the longest name is Wild coming in here. And we will have BFF on the defense. We'll have to see if they're able to restabilize, because this is the role they just got rolled on in the previous round. They just got 5-minute timed by Invitus because of all their mistakes on this defense. We'll have to see. They had a lot of time to talk about it, right? So they probably know what went wrong. They probably have an idea of how to fix it because of all the time they were afforded. And it's just going to be important to see how they come out with the second defense, because first obviously is going to be a give up point again. If they're able to play the second defense more like a team, we might see a shift coming in, a power shift coming in for the rest of this match.
Yeah, and I think in general, long pauses between halves tend to do more for the losing team than the winning team a lot of the time, especially when they're that long, because after this much time, it feels you have to assume that Biffle's been able to kind of have a mental reset. Unless they were literally just so, taken aback by the fact that they lost to Invitus that they were just, sitting, steaming in mumble for the past, 20 minutes or so. You have to think they probably reset. They've had enough time to talk about what they're going to do. They're going to have a good game plan. Nixie's going to start out good here, getting a frag onto Michael. Going to stall that cart push a little bit more. Not too much happening otherwise, but looking to see, again, Biff will work on some of those improvements we talked about earlier.
Quick decloak on Nixie. Doesn't get flamed. We'll get this pick. Yep.
They're gonna go and tries to get something else. Gets Fig trapped in a corner, chasing him into tunnel. Fig's gonna take him out though. Nerdaloid and Evil going down, but they're able to take out Biffle as well. No sniper though means that the rest of this first take is gonna be safe.
Yeah, so this will be a clean point coming in. They now have max people on the cap, just waiting for that to get capped up. And now here comes the breaking point of the map. The first thing that really matters a lot. Last time they went for heavy tunnel pressure, followed by a push out of left tunnel when they got a pick. So we'll have to see if they play this proactively or reactively like they did last time with the pick. Again, just put your entire combo tunnel. No one's really utilizing the hillside so far on the map, so that's really not what they're looking for at the moment. Just really, again, pushing in tunnel until it's on the edge. Then they're going to look for a pick. We just see Carson playing opposite side on the rock this time instead of the tunnel. So Carson's not holding side tunnel anymore. And what this means, they're going to rotate people over as much as they can. We just see Snipe coming in onto Tacos. He just dropped.
That's a really big pick out of Nixie. You just got two before that, and Tacos is going to be the trifecta onto his hat trick right there. Very good news for Biffle, bad news for Invitus here, as this second push is going to lose any small semblance of momentum it had. Would like to see the rest of Invitus just, kind of bot forward now, try to get any kills, try to get an Uber Force off or anything.
Yeah, they gotta get
going to have a long build here, but Evil is going to take out Nixie, so that's a bit of a start. Able to escape as well, can potentially go in for another round here.
Yeah, he's going to sap the gun on stack.
The gun. Yeah, going to sap the gun. Bull jumps in. He's going to drop Spotlight, the double pipe, the Bull special. Normally you see that on Product Pocket, but I guess the little room behind the house gonna be close enough to that. Spotlight confused in chat, but yes, Boo gonna take out Weil and Chalk on the back end there. Taco's still alive though, slowly building up this Uber. Looks like some of those counter picks are gonna stop Invitus from kind of running over this point.
Yeah, and Tacos is coming up 70%. Spotlight goes in chat. What am I supposed to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You know they're gonna sack for you. Play back and spawn. You don't have to be out on that hill. It's just a positional mistake from Spotlight again to drop that Uber. Like, I don't know. It's just, there's so many better ways to play that. And now we do see Taco's full Uber. They're going to be ready to push this point. Carson's hiding behind the cart because he knows his team isn't going to have Uber. So if he's in the combo, he's a sitting duck. Playing for cart here is a smart decision from Carson. He's just going to hide there until they get on it to deny as much space as they can. But the ball is in Invitus' court. As here, there you go.
He's going to find Michael early, but the Uber will get popped off. Josh is going to take out 7. Spotlight going to go on the ball immediately. Tons of frags though. Carson's on cart, but he's the only one alive. 8 people going to get wiped off of Biffle.
He bought them a lot of time though, especially by killing that scout.
Yeah, going to deny them time. He's going to deny them some cart time, and that may have been enough to secure them kind of at least some semblance of a third hold here. Spotlight going down. Again, maybe a bit of a positional mistake on his end. Probably should have known to play a little bit more back, especially when the push was coming through tunnel though.
Here. He gets the lock in the pipe, so he will live.
That's definitely really good. We're going to see the guns start to come up right now, because second hasn't even, or I guess just got capped. We will see some of those spawns coming out from the forward spawn. Chalk is going to get forward here with the rest of his team. Spoo in on the back, though. Going to take out Weil, not able to have the most impact.
Evil's going to try the sniper pick
right
again.
Now. Yeah, gonna find it
back.
Both.
Oh,
he's gonna get Carson too. That is huge.
7 died to stickies. They're just getting killed by all the angles again.
Yeah, they're not playing heals well enough here. I think Spotlight may be playing a little bit too passive though. Needs to have heals up there. Gonna get reflected by Peanut. Fig getting stabbed out. Evil finding a 3K. Bull finds his 6th onto Wax. And that med drop from Tacos is not really stopping Invitus at all, or as they're gonna come in with a 4-minute time through third, moving into last with slight Uber ad, not enough to push off of. Yeah. But they're blazing here.
Again, not respecting all the angles they could possibly die from. This get collapsed on the exact same way as before. At least this time we do see Spotlight has Uber to try to deny this. Tacos will be looking to push in through main.
Evil takes another.
Yeah, Evil, another entry kill on the soldier is going to allow your soldier to go far left. We do see Nerdloid going far left to spam that gun out.
Evil getting it on the sniper. Oh, going to be called out. Will finally go down. Reign of Terror ended right now.
Spoo's going for something in main. He will get caught out. But both teams have Uber right now, so you should trade it if you're on the offensive side. Force that Uber out.
Yeah, Nixie's going to find the counter snipe onto Wild. Going to give a lot.
Trade.
Yeah. Good to get the gun down here. They may want to consider pushing it now, even without their sniper. Bull getting really forward. He doesn't want to get forced out by anything now, and Nixie's going to take him out. Tacos, I guess, maybe a little bit indecisive. He's going to get forward onto Peanut right now, but he's going to get cut off.
Save the Uber at this point. You lost too many players to make this a successful push. If you get forced here, then you just lose a bunch of time. They will back out here. I guess it's a good drive pressure on the cart to kind of get to that first bend. But they do just have to wait and reset, as neither team was keen to use Uber there. So it's just going to go back to being the same thing it was before. The cart's a bit further, but the time's also a bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, in the first half, their first Uber, all it did was get the cart up to the bend. They got it about halfway there, although it is going to be rolling back. Evil finds the counter espionage onto Spoo. Nixie evens that out onto Josh.
Nixie's been on a roll this round. So many kills. He's top scoring the server right now, besides Josh.
Yeah, but oh, here come the bombs from Nerdloid and Jets. They're going to find Spotlight and drop him again.
Yeah.
Unable to get the pop off. A well played in chat this time from him. As the rest of the kills come in, they're now only 3 players up. Carson's going to go on making that 2. It's just Biffle on cart, but
Josh lives, so cart's times 3.
Yeah, we see Spoo trying to come in, doing his best, but not too much he can do. The cap's going to come in 6 minutes, so an improvement.
That's pretty standard. A bit faster than average.
An improvement over the first half, but definitely, I think, a time that Invitus is going to be happy with here.
And it's just the same thing. Like, the soldier was in left, right? The heavy's peeking main. The sniper's threatening. The spam is threatening. They just don't understand how to play the map, BFFL. They're just getting caught out from all the angles. Your medic has dropped twice in a round where you got the first drop into the enemy medic. You're just not playing positionally correct. It just seems like they just don't understand how to position on the map.
Spotlight really needed to pop that Uber there. That was, he's in the safe spot there. You have vision. He must have known they were bombing. I don't know if he was milking it or getting greedy there, but that's a pop you really need, because if he gets that off, he's likely able to save another 2-3 of his players. They run into Tacos, get him to pop his Uber, you know, on a more defensively oriented, like in a more defensive way, and maybe they're still holding that. And if they can hold that for another minute, you know, hey, they're exactly at the time that they pushed in the first half. And that would have been much more easily defendable, but...
Yeah, because that was a 6-minute time. The 2 Ubers you drop, well, I mean, that's, you know, another at least minute and a half you could gain. That would make it the same time you defended. And at that point, it's looking a lot more doable, but they might just be a bit... Their mental might be a bit shot after that. They might just not be as confident. A couple opening picks on Scout and Spy from the funny sticky trap from Bull. Not really going to do too much in the long run, but it really just is up to Invitus. I mean, it's up to BFFL to do something with their push, but they have to show something different. Invitus can just defend the same way they've been defending, and we've seen that BFFL just doesn't know how to play the angles well enough to get advantages like Invitus has.
Yeah, and I think that honestly this game right now is Invitus' game to lose the way that they've been playing right now. Josh has a high number of points. Evil's been absolutely popping off. Speaking of, he will get caught out by 7 there, so not able to find anything, you know, too damaging on this first point. But again, first point on Vigil kind of ends up playing like first point on Swiftwater. Although a lot of the time it feels like, barring any, you know, catastrophe happening, both teams are pretty much going to come into it, you know, full Uber on both sides, 9v9. We are going to see Nixie take the hill, and there comes Weil, showing some signs of life in this SVS. Playing really aggressively, actually, was on the house, gonna get the shot onto Nixie, so buys his team some free time to peek right now.
Yeah, and we will see standard everyone pressures tunnel. It's interesting that we've not seen any team try to pressure Hill at all. Hill's been open the entire game. You know, you can put Sniper on there, you can put Demo up there to spam it, and it's just kind of space being wasted right now from both teams. I guess the meta's evolved where they don't think it's worth going Hill, which if that's the case, then that's fine, but right now both teams sitting on full Uber, and Invitus keen to just keep sitting. BFFL needs to make a move, and here comes the hill pressure that I was speaking of. The Uber come in and...
Yeah, they just waited. Wiles almost respawned though, so he's going to show up right in the middle of this push, able to get some prime picks in the post fight.
He hasn't popped yet.
Yeah, still no. Taco's doing a really good job of milking. The 7 and Nixie are going to go down, and Tacos isn't even going to have to use here. Wiles back up now. You see Spoo inside tunnel, going to go in. Heavy's already dead though, so nothing able to find. Chalk and Peanut going down. Evil as well. Carson gets stabbed out on the back end though. That's Nerdle.
Too many players now. You got Uber.
Players down. They still have Uber though, and the cart though hasn't really gotten too far forward, so they could just go for a defensive pop. Yeah, and Michael's sitting very low health right now. Spoo going to be found in the back, and that gun's going to go down, and they're going to potentially back. Spoo comes in, finds the drop onto Tacos. That is exactly what they needed. The one silver lining for Invitus there is that they saved that Uber, but that's not even going to be there.
I can only point to being overconfident. At that point, you're like, oh, we have a 6-minute time to hold. We did it last round. Why don't we do it again? You become complacent. You give them ground you wouldn't normally give them. They just let them walk up on hill, take all their players, and then eventually they get the Uber drop. And at that point, you just lost everything that you thought you had by pulling out of the point early. So now, that could cost them dearly in the long run. We see BFFL on Uber, Tacos only with 25%. So if this gets first pushed, like every third point has been, then they're in trouble.
Yeah, the Uber's going to come in right now. Peanut playing a little bit forward, getting some good air blasts off, but not the best. He will eventually go down as you're ought to when you're kind of solo down. Big going to get caught out by the stickies though.
Great clap.
Spoo and Biffle going down as well, and the frags are all going in Invitus' favor. Josh coming in, everyone getting a piece of this action. And in that third choke, we're going to see Team Spoo get absolutely wiped from the face of this map. So
I can only say that Invitus just knows how to contest this point. The Uber got popped in to try to kill the gun. The focus was not on them. Once the initial focus got used on something other than their combo, who was hiding back, they exploded out into cart. Chalk and Bowl did so much damage. They got so many kills in that time, and it just allowed them to stabilize here. Taco's now up on full Uber as the repush comes into BFFL. Just kind of looks like a desperation play at this point, but edging cart's never a bad thing.
Yeah, you know, they get it up the top of the hill right now. Carson did a very good job of that. The frags are going to keep going in Invitus' favor, though. Evil getting another 2 to add to his trophy rack. And Spoo find anything. He looks like he's still waiting right now. Doesn't see anyone. The cart's really close. If they can get that gun, they can tap this thing in. It is not a very long way. Yeah, he's going to go and will find the demo man. Exactly. With just 2 minutes left, Spotlight's almost up on Uber. Tacos will not pop to defend this. They're going to still, it looks like, maybe hold this ground. Taco's kind of getting ready to leave.
You have to leave. They have forward spawns now.
Yeah, that is true. The Uber's going to get popped off right now, which is a little bit
I don't know what they're doing. They're just going to get pinched by the forward spawns. They have to get their players out.
Them back. They have players behind them right now. I'm not sure what the plan here was. They are going to, it looks like, escape pretty safely, but they just gave up Uber at it. I'm not sure why.
Chalk is stuck behind. They're going to lose their heavy. He's in underneath. Yeah, so you have to realize about the map because the offensive team gets forward spawns after that, so you're not really denying anything. We see BFFL now with an Uber advantage, 50% add to push in on this. You've lost players, they have late respawns. Your gun is going to be late, and it's just a bit of it's just the not correct play. Like, I don't want to say it's a wrong play because getting aggressive can be a good thing, but it's just the wrong time is what it was. You pop that Uber before the point gets capped, and now here's the Uber from the offense.
They are going to get the gun early. Tacos is sitting at 85 right now, so if he can live, he'll be able to get this off. Not too many frags being traded back and forth right now, though. A couple down on Invitus, including that engineer. Tacos has Uber, not going to be able to get it off. Dies at 99. That's TGW. No, that's someone on the Fig on the lock and load. Going to be able to get it, and Team Spoo's going to push this in.
It's just a throw. I don't know how to put it otherwise. They just like, okay, Tacos dropped an Uber on second they could have used to defend the point. They wasted an Uber on third that they used too late. They died at 99% on last because of them, wasting their time on third. That's 3 pushes that you just beef in a row to lose the map. That's like the triple beef in to lose combo. That's impressive, honestly.
Triple wraparound reverse double helix beef as I wanna get our non-existent analysis team on whether or not Tacos would have gotten Uber off if Fig was on the normal grenade launcher, not the lock and load.
Would that have made a difference? I don't know.
Because he died at
What?
99. If the pipe got there a little bit slower, he may have had.
That's true. That's very true.
That's what I'm thinking. Thinking deep thoughts as
I mean, at that point, you can think as many air quotes the deep thoughts as you want. I'll tell you the big thought: don't throw the game. They just got too complacent. They're like, oh, we have time. We can let them take second. We can just milk this Uber. Oh, we have time. We can just let them walk up third. Let our players die, and then we'll repop after they die, and after the point gets capped. Like, just don't play differently. I see this all the time from teams. You get in a good mindset. Oh, we're fine. We can do this. It's not that much time. You're like, oh, we can give up this point as long as we get a good defense on the next point. As long as we get a good defense on the next point. There is no next point. Every point is your last point. Play like it.
it's so shockingly accurate. The amount of times teams will have 2 minutes left and say, "Oh, we can hold this on last. Let's give up third," and then immediately get socked in the mouth and lose the round. Like
It's been like 10 years of TF2. Can't we learn to not do this?
It really has. Yeah, like you need to fight for. And one of my favorite examples was in the Season 1 Grand Finals. Irene was in a situation where they had 2 minutes left and they could have backed off a third, and you'd probably even think that would have been the
Upward,
safe move
right?
to do. Yeah.
And they repush it, yeah.
Cart pushed up the hill. Up the final
Cat
hill.
Noises did the same thing against Froyo and Sevens.
Carson,
Good teams don't give up ground. Good teams fight for every inch.
You stick your heavy on the cart, you play around him, you keep him healed, you force the sniper off of him, and you let that cart roll back. Carson, honestly, stealth play of the game was getting the cart up the rollback ramp on third. He did that when
they just
he
gave
didn't
up
have
so much
Uber
ground.
into 9 players, and when you do that, if Tacos had popped Uber there just to stop him, they probably win that. But
You don't have to pop Uber, you just peek out, and if they decide to contest your peek, then you pop Uber. It's just so many different things you could do to actually play the game instead of sitting there watching the offense play the game for you. And that is a mental reset in the case of Invitus, where they're like, okay, we can't do that again. Whether or not they know to go back to their first round's gameplay, we'll have to see. But they will be back on that defense, so a chance to immediately stabilize on that. Again, first point throwaway point, so we're kind of just talking during it, but it's just strange to see. You want to see these teams playing their best at all times. Play for every inch, play for anything, play every point could be your last point. And if we do see them stabilize here, I think they should be able to play well. We see on their third point recontest, they know how to play the angles in this map. They just need to mentally check into the game, because they checked out in that last round.
yeah, it's the best way of putting it I think we can come up with. I like one thing too that Invitus does is Chalk plays really aggressively towards tunnel side, as opposed to we saw Carson playing more on the rock side. On Biffle right now, they are going to start pushing card up, getting players into tunnel like we've seen. All 18 players still alive right now. Wax does have a telly up, so you should be in a good spot to kind of siege this point. Fig's going to get a little bit aggressive on hill. Going to be forced back by some spam, though, coming out of Bull. Spoo in very deep behind enemy lines, going for some revolver chip damage, I guess maybe a distraction play, trying to open up something. Not able to find it, though, and it feels like Biffle's just kind of sitting on their Uber right now.
Yeah, just the same thing as normal. Last time they pushed onto hill, and it worked, because of whatever reason, so they're going to think we can try that again. And I think it's a good look. If the hill push you think will work, try it. You don't really lose that much, because second is one of those points that takes multiple Ubers to push sometimes. So right now they just need to do something. They're kind of wasting away. Both teams have Uber. It's up to the offense to do something, so do something.
Yeah, you'd expect Biff would be ready to get right back in here and, reclaim this match, but they're content to just sit and I guess let the
wait for a pick, I guess.
Out on offense, maybe.
Here's the Uber.
Hasn't been able to get in. Yeah, they're going to come out in the 99. Tacos milking, not going to drop anyone this time. 3 down already on Biffle, only Evil on the offensive team. Bull's going very deep, going to find Spotlight and Fig. 7 and Wax taken down on the side right now. TGW going down as well. It's going to be a 5 for 2 in the favor of Navitas, including the med pick right now. So after all that waiting around, and I guess they just said, all right, let's go.
What's happening is they're tunneling way too hard on the gun. They waited all that time so Spook could get in position to sap. You got the gun, but the gun isn't important. What's important is taking the ground. If you take that hill, you can deal with the gun later. The gun doesn't actually look at the Uber on hill. It can't see it. It only looks at the cart. So if you take the ground first and then kill the gun after, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, get you a spy going in on the combo. Spoo's hasn't really been having the best game. He got that drop at the Tacos in the second round, but otherwise has been getting caught out, especially compared to Evil, who's really been just running over the rest of Biffle right now. Carson playing aggro in that tunnel, but his team is gonna actually no, he's gonna bait Josh into dying there. It looks like. So good on him. Nixie's gonna go down though while able to find the snipe. Frags being traded as Michael goes down to some demo spam. You don't want your engineer doing that. Gun could get spammed out from side tunnel
Uber
right
on
now.
tunnel.
Yeah, they're gonna come up. Nerloid's gonna get popped up by Carson during that, but
Seven
this
for
Uber's
back
very
forces.
low ground. Yeah, very delayed pop out of Tacos though. He's gonna get in on this right now. Spotlight's gonna be trapped in drop down. The mini sentry's protecting him right now, and it looks like they're gonna have to give up on him, let him get out. So some good heads up play by him to keep his life right there. But the card really not that much closer to being capped. Josh gonna go down to Carson though, and here comes the flood onto card.
Yeah, and they're keen to just pressure tunnel now. Everyone going out onto that cart with that position they got. They're gonna get cleaned up off of it, and if Carson can go down.
Aggressive right there. He was
It
behind
was
the
just
point.
Carson, yeah, gets headshot.
Yeah,
will get taken out.
Spotlight
Big
gets
alarm.
stabbed out by Evil as well. Now on a 3 streak. Bull again on that 6, as we've seen him before.